Today also I'll be discussing one program. Then I'll be giving one exercises to you, set of exercises to you. So first, how will you write? How will you read word by word? We have discussed uh, line by line, isn't it? Read line. We have discussed reading line by line. We have basically discussed this one. So three functions: read n number of characters, read line, read n number of characters, or all the lines. Okay. Then read line n number of characters or one line. Then read lines, all the lines including your new line character. Now there is no direct inbuilt function that will read the line one by one. Sorry, read the words one by one. But there is a function which is called as uh, split function. Whenever you are reading a particular line, you can split the contents of the line based on the spaces available there. So we'll do that one only. Okay, this is the program. So either you can use that file object separately, or with you can use with this. Okay, with as. Either you can use open then file object equal to open first.txt r, or you can use this one, that means with s. What was advantage with this one, with s? The advantage was that we do not have to close the file explicitly. It will automatically close your file. We are opening the first.txt. We have here the first.txt. You see, three words we have created in that day: hello world, hello folks, how are you? So three lines are there. Sorry, three lines are there. So we'll be opening this file in read mode. So for line in file, that is, we are now reading each line in the file. Okay. So you can use any counter variable here in place of line, doesn't matter. But to use one meaningful one, we are using line here. So in this case, for word in line dot split, this is the command. Sorry, this is the function, not command. This is the function which basically split the words, split the lines into words. So now once splitted, this will be there in the word. Now print the word, that's all. Now we have to just extract the words from the file and print. So let us save this one, save. Okay, then compile. This is the value. hello world, hello fox, how are you? All these words are there in the file. The program first read a particular line, then using the split function, it has extracted the word. Okay, it is done line by line and word by word. First line, then first word, second word printed. Then it picked the second line, first word, second word printed, and it extracted the third line from the file. Then words are being splitted and printed. That's all. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, this is the program. You can note down the program if you want, because after that we'll be going to the exercise, how it works. Just note down the program first. I'll close this. I'll minimize this screen. Just a 4-line program. Just note down the lines and we'll move to the next one. Done. So let us go to the exercise then. This is write a program to find the word, longest words, longest word. Write a program to find out the longest word. Can anyone tell me what may be the logic behind this?
Split each word.
Hmm. Split the word, then split
Then
the word using this program only. That's done. Okay. You do not have to print the word, just split. Hmm. Can anyone tell me what is the logic? What may be the logic? If you do not have the laptop with you, you just note down and give me some snapshot using pen and paper. Since you have noted down both the things, I'm just stop sharing here. Are you being able to solve this? The logic is like this. Read the file line by line. Okay. Mm, extract the keyword. Sorry, extract the word using build function. Then within the same loop. Okay. Inside the same loop. So there is one loop that you are going through all your lines, and it will go to the last line, and within that loop you will be extracting words of each line, then find out the length. Find out the length of each word. So now you need to find out now you need to run one finding maximum kind of uh, code. How will you find out the maximum? You just find the you just compare the length of the existing word with the previous. Suppose you take max equal to 0, okay, and compare with the current word length. That is, if your max is less than length, suppose L, okay, then what will happen? Max equal to L. And similarly, you keep the word. Do not print the word. If you print this word at this time, it will create issue. Yes, issue means it will create it will print all the words. So just keep your word like uh, current word, suppose C word. Current word, you keep the word from your word variable. Every time it will be changed. And finally, at some moment, the max will not be changed, because this, if this is not being satisfied, then max will not be changed. At that time, you print the previous value of max. That's all. So you need to print the previous value of max along with the current word. So not previous, basically this will basically be current value of max, because max is not changing. So current value of max will be the largest one, and print the word accordingly from C word. So can you do this? Along with that, another two programs you can note down. These two. First, this is there. This is done. Then you can write these two programs also. Please note down these two programs. Have anyone completed the first program? Please send me the snapshot. These two we can do later, and if you complete in future today or tomorrow, you can send me as a snapshot. Next, we are having another one, that is command line argument. How will you work with command line argument? Command line argument means that while you are writing or you are interpreting your program, you are executing your program here. Suppose program, then you specify your variables here, specify your arguments. This is a kind of command line argument, you can say. This is so here this Python interpreter, this is the command prompt, and from this position the Python interpreter is taking this particular file name as argument to interpret. Okay, this file name is being passed as an argument. Now this is your command. So now next will be using our program, Python program, as a command. The Python program will behave as a command and will be passing the arguments to the command directly from this position. Now what is the uh, advantage of using this? See, from program, if you are using inside the program, so this way either you have to specify the name of the file to open. Just you want to open some file or read the or write the contents of the file. So you need to specify the function name or file name inside the program, or you have to ask the user prompt, that is input function. You need to use the input function that please enter some file name, enter variable a, enter variable b, etc, etc. So we need to do this thing. So this command line argument is removing all these barriers. Okay, so whatever the argument you want to pass, you can pass here. Just use the name of the file as a command and pass your arguments. The file will do its work. Okay, the program will do its work. So now for this we have one program here. Okay, there are three different methods for implementing command line arguments in Python. So we'll be using this one only, the arg parse. Okay, so there is a library arg parse for command line arguments. Here first you need to import the library. So import the library arg parse. Then you need to create one object of this one, okay, from this library. So arg parse is our library here. Argument parser is the method to create the parser object. This is our parser object, PARSER. This is our parser object with which we are going to do something. We are going to accept the command line argument. So argument parser is the function or method. Arg parser is your library. Then after that we can add arguments to the parser object. So what are the arguments may be there? Many arguments maybe. Those are basically nothing but variables. These arguments are nothing but variables. Whatever you will be passing through your command line, that will be copied to all these. Like here we are using language, then name. These two are basically variables, nothing else. So we are creating two variables, or you can say two command line arguments, which will be part of our command line object or parser object. So in this case, all arguments will be there in args. Okay, parse args. This particular function collects all the arguments that is provided by the user in the command line, and these are stored in an array args. Now this array is not a built-in one. You can use anything. Content will come from the command line. So this is these are the basic things. Basically, these are the basic things that you need to include in your program whenever you are trying to use command line. First, you need to import the argparse library. Then you have to create one parser object using the argument parser function. Then parser add argument using this function add argument. You need to create variables or arguments inside the parser object. Then with this, that parse underscore args function, you need to collect all the arguments from the command line. This is done. Now this particular program, it's an example program. Check it just checks the content there. Okay, if args.language equal to Python, once it is gathered, all the arguments will be gathered from the command line by parse args, and it will be stored in args. Now args will be having all the arguments, so we can check like this: args.language, if it is Python, you can print any message here. Here it is printing that I love Python too. Or if something else is there, if you put something else, then it will print learn Python, you will like it. Okay, this is an else, this is an else struct construct, this is an else decision making construct. It will check the language parameter here. So this language parameter will be checked, and if language parameter is equivalent to Python, it will print some message. If it is not equivalent to Python, it will print some other message. Okay, next is this one. This is a general printing message. Hello. Okay, args.name. So args.name is the argument which basically represents the name here. So this hello, this one, hello, this particular argument, this is simple introduction to argparse module. Just it will take this argument and print the message. Now let us compile this, interpret this, interpret and run. So name of the file is CLA parse command line argument parse.py. Okay, so use this one first. Whenever you are trying to interpret this program, it is saying uses CLA parse.py language name. Okay, py error, some error is there. The following arguments are required: language and name. So while interpreting this program, that basically this Python was expecting some command line argument that was not provided here. That is why this error message is coming with what it is required: language and name. So programs with command line argument will be now executed a bit different way. So we'll be using this name again. We will not be using the Python. Here py space Ajay. Simply write Python first. Python. So see here. What it is saying that the following arguments are required name. Yes. In this case, we have mentioned only one argument, that is Python only. Okay. But in definition, while we have defined this, there was two argument. There were two arguments. So we need to provide that argument too. Now look at this. Okay. So it is saying that I love Python too, because in the program we have written, if the language is Python, then print I love Python too. After that, one general message will be there that print hello. This is the function. This is the message. Anyway, so it will be using the args.name argument. Here it is using the args.name argument. So hello Raju, because the second argument was Raju. So hello Raju, this was a simple introduction to our first module. So let us take some different ones. Suppose C++. So since the first argument is other than Python, it is saying that learn Python, you will like it. Okay. So hello Raju, this is a simple introduction to our first module. This is a common print statement which is printed from here. This is not under this if construct. So it will be printed every time. If construct is checking the language parameter only. It is checking the language parameter only. I can show you another one example. Just change these two. Let us see what will happen. See, the system does not know the meaning. It is just checking the position. First position, second position. First position will be copied to the first argument. Second position value will be copied to the second argument. So now Raju is copied to that language. That is why it is other than Python. So it is writing learn Python, you will like it. Okay. Now C++ is in the second position. In this case, it is writing hello C++. This is a simple introduction to ArcSpace ArcParse module. So it is just a function, you can say. It is working like a function with positional parameters. It is working like a function with positional parameters. It is not looking into the meaning. First will be copied to the first argument will be copied to the first argument in your parser object. Second argument from your command line will be copied to the second argument of the parser object. That's all. Okay. I hope you have got some idea. So with this, we'll be concluding today, and this will be continued to the next class also. So once it is completed, I'll be taking the question answer session if you are having any doubt. Thank you all. So let us